You hear me okay? All right. Okay. My name's Rob Stevenson. I'm the Director of Benefits and Recognition for Fareway. I've been at Fareway for 3 months after 22 years in higher education at UNC Chapel Hill, North Carolina State University, and Iowa State. In this role at Fareway, it's a brand new role that they created to really work on employee engagement. So that's the pitch that I'm making to you today. How and in what way can Fareway improve its employee engagement? And that's how do we reach our employees, stay in touch with them, recognize them, reward them, and most importantly, retain them. Because we do a good job of recruiting people into Fareway, because for a lot of folks at 14 years old, this is the first job that they get in their community, because we hire at 14. And they can make a long career at Fareway, but how do we retain our staff? To understand that, we have to look at what Fareway is all about. Fareway, we're located in 7 states. We just opened a store down in Kansas, so that is our 7th state. We have over 12,000 employees. Now, a good chunk of those employees roll over. We do have a lot of attrition because we have seasonal employees, kids that are going back to college, school, or just don't need a part-time job because they're in high school. We have over 130 stores, well, right at 130 as of now. And then we have 5 generations in our workforce, which makes us very unique because, like I said, we have the 14-year-old and then we have the 74-year-old. And between that, we have a lot of different generations. So how do we reach those employees? And that's the project we're going to have you work on today, or at least the next couple months. And we're excited about it because what method can you come up with that's cost effective to help us reach our employees and to engage them? Next slide, please. All right, so what does our workforce look like? Here at Fareway, a lot of you are aware that we have our retail side. That's our grocery clerks that start at 14 years old. Then we have our market clerks that work inside the meat market. And then we have our bakery. Now, for the bakery and the meat market, you have to be at least 18, but we do have an apprentice program where we can allow people under 18 to work in that area. Then we go to corporate. That's where I work right here downtown. And we have accounting, finance, HR, IT, buying, legal, and marketing. So just about every career possible we offer here at Fareway. Beyond that, we have our maintenance and our construction team. So we have our own fleet of tractor trailers. So if you ever notice those yellow tractor trailers, we have over 80 active tractor trailers running throughout the 7 states, delivering and picking up. Within that, we also have our own warehouse. So we're pretty big when you think about Fareway as a whole, okay? Next slide for me. All righty. The community outreach. With Fareway, we do a lot within the community, which I hope all of you are aware. We've donated over 1.1 million in food donations, 300,000 to Toys for Tots, MDA, our partners with Variety, and a lot of different ways. Fareway is always giving back to the community. Now, in order to do that, we have to communicate with our employees. We don't have an intranet. We don't use Instagram or Twitter to communicate with our employees. We do that to reach our customers. So that's where I need you as the think tank. And you should be excited about it because Fareway is a large employer and you can really have an impact on our organization because whatever ideas you're going to bring, we're going to build on and present to our leadership at Fareway. And what we're going to take is how do we get out here and promote these community events to our employees and promote our mission and our passion that we have in Fareway, which are our employees and our community. That's what we're about, and our customer service. So we have a full slate of different types of employees, different generations, different states, and then how do we reach these folks? So that's really what it comes down to. Any questions about what we're asking you to do? Now, I hope you have some questions. Come up with something. And if you're interviewing with Fareway, I really hope you come up with a question.
Can somebody summarize what they're asking for us? Yeah, say it out loud. What is he asking for? Just to make sure we're very clear, because we want to know.
He's asking for a way to communicate with all employees across all states, share information and events.
Absolutely, hands down, 100%. Did you guys hear that? Okay. How would you do that just right off the top of your head? How would you reach 12,000 employees?
Well, like for this place I used to work at, we had like a private Facebook group that anyone from any state could.
Excellent. Great idea. Any other ideas? What does everybody have in their pocket right now? A cell phone, right? That could be an idea. Do you think you'd use an app? Text messaging? Not so much? Do you get enough text that you don't want it? Okay.
Maybe an app could do really well. Kind of give you a little bit of separation between, like kind of like everything you already have, and then like something like where you can connect specifically to Fareway. That could work.
What about grandma, the 74, working in the bakery? Do you think she'd use the cell phone? App? Do you think she'd use text messaging? Something to think about. So that's what we're coming to you because, I have two daughters, they're 6th and 8th graders, and they're very tech savvy. They teach me things on a daily. They're always asking for apps. So their insight and their knowledge is comparable to your insight and knowledge, and that's why we're pulling your insight because you're the future. You folks are our future employers, our future executives, and that's where hopefully the ideas you come up with we can utilize and mold into something that we can put into place. Question?
When you talked about engaging your employees with your outreach programs,
Yes.
can you give us a little bit more detail on that? 'Cause are you asking for them to join? Are you asking for them to understand?
Yeah, join, participate. Like right now, we have the Iowa Wave where we, last year or 2 years ago, we did it for just University of Iowa. Now we do it for Iowa State and Iowa. And if you go to your local Fareway, you'll see that you could donate $1 and have a hand or a wave on the window of your local Fareway. But we offered T-shirts to all of our employees that wanted to purchase a T-shirt, where $10 of every sale went to the Iowa Way Foundation. We raised thousands and thousands of dollars. We just completed the variety auction where we asked people that came into our store, both the MDA, multiple muscular dystrophy association, and variety auction or donations where people could round up their sale at the store, and it would donate 6 figures to a local charity. So we have to inform our employees and also ask them to participate in some cases. We also have an internal auction just for our employees. We have some really strong benefits at Iowa or at Fareway here at the Iowa Boone office, and we just want folks to be aware. I'm kicking off some wellness initiatives, and how do we get in front of our folks? And that's where I really need some innovative thought.
You guys have that down, wellness. So just to piggyback off this, I love this project. This is really good. You just listed a bunch of community outreach things. Is there
Yeah.
a list of all of those events that you have done that we could access?
It is on our webpage. Yep, Fareway. I think it's fairwaystores.com or fairway.com. If you go down to Lead with Love at the bottom of the page, you click on that, and we have everything there. And that's where we host all of our outreach activities. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Does anybody else have another question? Because I have a pressing one still. If you're not gonna- And that's okay if not. Fairway is a giant company, and you guys have seen multiple different businesses come in here. So thinking about the time commitment of feedback, we talk a lot about feedback and design thinking. So when we are thinking about the feedback portion of this, I think a question that needs to be asked here is how often is it feasible to check in with Rob, or who would be our contact person to receive that information back from? And that's not a question that maybe you could have generated, but it's just
Yeah.
something for you as the
Yeah.
just to think about.
Mm-hmm.
What is feasible and manageable?
Yeah. Well, for me, I'd like to do maybe even a 15-minute check-in. That would be ideal. Weekly, if not, maybe semi-monthly, or, twice a month, bi-weekly, however we want to do that. I don't know what, with schedules and breaks and things like that. I'm definitely here to answer questions. If I need, I'm 2 blocks away, So if I need to come over here and sit down and talk with you as well, brainstorm, I'm willing to do that as well, because obviously I'm passionate about it and it's key to how we fill this void.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a problem that I'm guessing a lot of businesses have,
Absolutely.
so.
Recruitment and retention are key from an
Hearing
HR
that.
standpoint. Yeah, we're getting tired of hearing it.
Anybody else have questions, thoughts, concerns? Think about what would you need if you were to pick this up? It's pretty straightforward. It's just a lot of creative brainstorming and design thinking that we've been working on. Any thoughts, questions for you?
No, the feedback on this is what I was saying.
Hold on.
How about this crew over here? Anything, fellas?
You know,
Nah.
it is
Okay.
funny though, because a lot of these guys are trades guys.
Yeah.
And they often forget that Fareway has an entire fleet of
Absolutely.
electricians, construction
Yep.
crews, that kind of thing, and they are a position that you can move
Yep.
up fairly fast. So
Yeah, if that's your passion, absolutely. We buy the land and then we build. We don't go buy something that's already in
Right.
existence in most cases. Question here.
So when you were talking about like the grandma, like she might not use her phone, but like you can put like posters and stuff. Like if
Yeah.
she normally could go to like IV, and then if she's like checking out, you have like a poster there,
Yep.
and then she can.
We wouldn't send her there, but we'd send her to Fairway. And, yeah.
You never know.
I know what you mean. Yeah, and that's what we do. We put things. Yesterday, we were in the warehouse, in shorts and T-shirts, and we're just loading things up for the truck because we send out trucks daily, and we have them all listed. And you're like, okay, store 183, so you put it on the pallet, and that's how we get those out, And then our construction crew, that's all over the 7 states, they come back typically on Mondays, they're leaders, and we'll say, okay, here's a box of stuff for this site, and here's another box for this site, and they take it and go. So yeah, that's kind of the way we're doing it. Like we just put up 2 posters last week that we're doing 5 courses in financial wellness, and they get 2 hours of vacation if they complete it. So you're right, posters and hand-printed things are the way we're reaching our folks. But I think there's a more efficient and effective and time-sensitive method. But we just have to see what that is, what you guys come up with.
great project.
Yeah.
How many of you? How many of you work at Fareway currently?
Okay.
Just
Excellent.
one. So a couple
Excellent.
years ago, we did a project for them on seeking how to get more people to apply
Yep.
at Fareway. And is that still a component that you guys are needing? Like, how's your workforce? It's just a general question I like to hear.
Yes. Next slide, please.
Oh.
Because I'd be remiss if I didn't share. We're hiring at Fareway. And what age can you start working at Fareway? 14, right on. Can you have a full career and retire from Fareway? Absolutely. Will you be paid handsomely over your career? Absolutely. So Fairway's a viable employer right here in town, 2 blocks from you. Okay? But yeah, so we are always recruiting. If you notice on, Highway 30, we just put up a new billboard that says hiring, and we're starting out pretty good, especially our diesel mechanics, our truck drivers, our construction, our maintenance. I mean, we are, yeah, and, even if you, yeah, definitely come see us and talk to us, and we always have openings and opportunities within the Fairway family. Yeah, that is definitely always something recently. Due to the great resignation and in the pandemic, we've seen a lot of turnover. Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful. Well, they are definitely a good partner of Boone's in general and Boone Schools. I don't know if you guys know this, but did you know that we are the only apprenticeship in Iowa in meat cutting with Fareway?
Yep.
We have a meat cutting apprenticeship, which, fun fact, are you ready? We have students enrolled in from Ballard. So we don't have any Boone students enrolled in that, and that is another push of sharing that information that could tag along with this project to share that information with our peers. So I just don't think people know what it looks like or what it can do, but it's been very successful so far with that young man. So,
Yep.
all right. If there are no other questions, this gives us a good synopsis. We
Good.
will load this into our database, and
Perfect.
then we're gonna we have a little bit more onboarding we need to do. They will choose their projects, and then
Mhm.
we will be in touch.
All right, how many are signing up for Fairways? No. All right, thank you.
Everybody raise their hand right now.
Yeah.